Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another Hyperlight Drifter walkthrough. Today we'll be doing south. Last time we just finished up west, and you can see we have, looks like 7 gearbit dollars. I honestly don't know what those things are called. But we have all of the health pack slots and all of the grenade slots. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy the last mobility upgrade, which is like a shield for dashing through bullets. Which I guess kind of functions as iframes, but kind of only for bullets. It's not really something I use intentionally, especially since it depletes your special ability bar. It's kind of something that just happens to me accidentally, because like if I had the thought like, oh, here comes a bullet, I should do something about that, I would just reflect it instead, because I think they take a fairly similar amount of ammo or energy off the bar. Okay, so real quick, there's this button right here. If you press it, it kind of starts lowering pillars, and if you follow it back, you can see it lower these pillars over here. If you don't know about this, it's kind of a pretty secret, just for a little gear bit. And I guess that puts us back at 5 gearbit dollars, which I don't really know what to use them on, because I'm not really using any of the guns other than the railgun, mainly, honestly. And then, I mean, other than that, we have all the other stuff, so I think the only thing left is to spend the gear bits on upgrading gun capacities. And even if you do that and you buy all the things, there's way more than enough gear bits in the game to buy all the upgrades, so you'll have leftovers if you get them all. Anyways, yeah, dashing through bullets, it's like if you had the time to recognize you need to dash through a bullet, you may as well just reflect it back at the person shooting at you. And like I said, I think it takes a very similar amount of like special energy, the stuff I'm using it to do in the upper left there. So it's kind of just, I usually buy it at this stage in the game, I guess, because it's not really something that I find myself wanting to use or like feeling like I need. It's just sort of like a thing I tack on at the end. It's like, well, this will probably help me once or twice throughout the course of the rest of the game. So these little symbols in the ground are little pillars that are stuck up, and they'll block your path until you've completed the sector of the world that they're pointing to. And so for south, there's ones pointing north, west, and east, so you have to do south last. And by completed the sector, I just mean beat the boss and then like touch that big pillar or whatever to raise up the pillar in town. You don't have to collect all the things by any means. So this dude, apparently his family died from like a plague or something, and so he left on an adventure and met the Anubis dog. And Anubis doggy was guiding him on his way. Until he died here, sadly, in front of our faces, and we raided his corpse. Thanks. The south sector is actually really interesting because it's pretty much split up into dungeons, which are underground, and then the above ground desert section like has no enemies in it. So you're kind of just adventuring around looking at cool stuff, and then yeah, you'll find a teleport underground, or like an elevator to go underground, and it does a very interesting job of blocking off sections of the map until you have enough modules. Like in the past, there'd be one door or something that would take like 3 or 4 modules to open up, and then there'd be like the final 8 module door. But yeah, needing a certain number of modules to get through a door is much more common in the south, which they don't really do in the other sectors of the game. So I kind of like that. And then also just the whole like 2 dungeons basically. There's this dungeon, and then there's one other one that branch off in several different directions, and they kind of require a different number of modules to go in that way. So just sort of the setup of the world is just different than the other ones, and it's kind of refreshing and interesting when you make it towards the end of the game and they kind of shake things up on you a little bit, like just a little bit with the format. It definitely makes it interesting. I think the south might be, in my opinion, the second hardest area, behind west. Ow. Although these robot dudes are pretty ruthless. I think the main thing about it is that there's just not a lot of enemy variety down here. And there's like these little guys, the basic green guys. And I mean, these guys look intimidating, but you just, oh, grenade. Okay, you're all dead. So, not a huge problem. Especially with it forcing you to come here last in the game, you'll likely have, you know, a lot of the upgrades, which really helps mitigate some of the challenges. But yeah, I would say probably south is second hardest after west, and then maybe east. South and east could potentially be about the same difficulty, and then north really is honestly the easiest. And honestly, the whole reason the south is so hard to me is because of those robot guys. Their sword attack deals 2 damage, and it, I don't know, it comes out decently fast for a 2 damage dealing attack. Yeah, kind of, I don't know. They're pretty relentless. They just kind of chase you down. Also, that's a decently well hidden health pack. I always think that's a gear bit, and then I get over there, I'm like, oh, well. I'm not gonna get mad about health, though. Whoops, that was not what I wanted. I was going to push that guy off the cliff, but I pushed myself off the cliff. Also, one of the things that the South kind of does as like a recurring theme, in a way almost, is just lots of enemies, like large groups of enemies. You can see we're getting ambushed by like 4 slimes at a time, and then also the ceiling will just decide to drop down like 15 of those tiny little microbots. This is the South's first key, I believe. You can go a lot of directions, actually kind of like 2 directions, but then from those 2 directions you could go like 4 potential different directions. The possibilities start adding up for like the ways you can go about completing the South. This is typically the way I do it. I don't know, I'm not gonna say like I did it intentionally and that it's like easier this way or anything. This is just how I usually end up doing it. But, I mean, at this point in the game, like I said, you should have most of the upgrades unlocked, so it's not like any of these challenges are going to get significantly easier if you do them later. It's like, well, but make sure you have some upgrades before you go over here. It's like you kind of have all the upgrades at this point anyways, so. I also like just, oh my gosh, okay. So I did a dash attack, and yeah, it kind of leaves a lingering hitbox after, like I said before, if you hit one enemy, it kind of changes up like the end time on the hitbox and stuff. And so I just dashed into like a stagnant group of enemies, and I just like sat against the wall killing people for like 7.5 months, I think was the approximate time. So yeah, the attack where you dash and then slash, so like you push people back, I think that's most effective against these 4 health robots in this section. I think out of all the enemies in the game, I like it most for them. Another cool thing about the South, it has mini bosses, which none of the other areas have. The mini bosses have 25 health. For some of them, I'm actually not that good because I usually just shotgun weapon swap, like massacre them in a hilarious joke. But no, there's kind of tactics for all of them. This guy, he has those little robots that he spawned that I immediately blew up with a grenade. So he's a freaking joke if he doesn't have those guys. If he does have those guys, he's really annoying because they shoot like a huge barrage of bullets at you. So by far, the technique for this guy is just throw a grenade right off the bat to blow up the first wave of robots, and then he'll just run away from you when he doesn't have any little nanomachines left. And he does a dash attack, so just stand next to a wall, and he'll hit the wall. Oh gosh, I guess we're gonna see. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, so then he'll just dash into the wall, and then just charge up a charge attack, and hold it until he releases his little nanobots again, and you can let it go and kill them all instantly. I think they have 2 or 3 health each, and there's 4 or 5 of them. So yeah, if you miss a charge attack, you can try dashing away. He kind of moves away from you constantly because he's really a ranged enemy. But yeah, if you have another grenade still, you can throw that in there to try to blow them up. If you get rid of all the nanobots like that, then he's really, really simple. If not, the whole screen gets covered in bullets and it's very chaotic. But yeah, also then of course you can just do like shotgun weapon swapping to just demolish like every enemy in the game. Especially those guys having only 25 health. That is only 5 shotgun shots, if you do it flawlessly of course, which is difficult. But with the tactic of like throwing a grenade to clear the first wave of nanobots, and then just at that point how easy it is to get a charge attack on him. You know, it's 8 damage right there, and then if you do like 4 quick weapon swap shotgun shots and you don't even aim them that well, you'll probably kill him like instantly. So at this point we got 1 module, so we're gonna go back down into the same little sub-dungeon. Go this way this time. Yeah, so when there's a bunch of people right next to each other, it's really good to be able to hit them both with the slashing dash. Dashing slash. Oh, my names for those are so stupid. Because like right there they bounced off of each other and like killed each other for me, so it was very convenient. Oh gosh, rocket guy. I think you have to have reflecto bullets. Whoops, I killed myself. I think you have to have reflect bullets before you can cut this guy's missiles. That might not be true. I just don't think I've ever run into one without reflecting bullets, so I guess I'm not sure. Really don't know the truth on that one. Oh gosh. Yeah, so when you start getting in larger groups with those guys, it gets chaotic really fast. And they just dish out a lot of damage. Anyways, yeah, you can cut the rockets, and then they just become inert. It's a little bit dangerous, because, oh gosh. A lot of times it feels like they're just going to blow up on you. Oh my gosh, this guy just killed me. What a champion, honestly. Not to toot my own horn, but I do have all the achievements in the game except for die 1,000 times, so it's sort of a good thing for me to, you know, keep dying. It's sort of intentional, you know. I'm doing this on purpose because I want achievements, you know how it is. No. Okay. I guess a good combo for those guys that I've never really used before, it'd be quick and from a distance, so it's pretty safe, would be like shoot them with a railgun, and then hit them with a slashing dash. Gosh. Oh my gosh! Okay. Alright, it's okay. I never remembered this. I don't know if that guy's new, but I certainly don't remember him giving me this many problems. Ever. They kind of add very subtle changes to the game from time to time, so I don't know. I'd be kind of shocked if that's new, because it'd be such a minor change, but man, he's really messing me up right now. I think I just need to be more diligent about cutting the rockets instead of just trying to dodge them. Yeah. And that's like no problem once you get right next to him. So this secret down here is one of the strangest, most secrety secrets. It's like a complete leap of faith. I don't really know how you're supposed to figure that out. It's also got like a little imp head symbol instead of the traditional, hey, there's a secret over here, ground symbol. So it's just kind of bizarre, and I don't really know if there's anything you can do to get a view of this platform down here. So it really honestly feels like a leap of faith without any like pre-established signal that there should be something down. Yeah, it's just very odd. So that's definitely one of the gear bits that I didn't know of for a long, long time. I'm not messing around with this guy. This can be kind of difficult to get a 3-hit combo on those guys before they attack you if you just walk up to them and get in a sword fight. It doesn't really pay off even if you do, just because they have 4 health, I guess if you're going into it fresh. You know, it's not like those guys where you can just walk up and wombo them. After that first mini-boss, I was always skeptical of all the modules in this area, but that's like the only guy in the game who does something like that, so no more mimics. I really like this secret because I actually found it like completely naturally on my own the first time playing through the game, and it's just like, by this point in the game there's been enough little stuff like hanging out in the background that you're like, I could probably get to that even though it doesn't look like I should go back there. So it really rewards you for like paying close attention to the little details and just exploring stupid things that you probably shouldn't. I also found it kind of interesting that like the first 2 of these slabs were like through secret walls in normal hallways that were off to the left, like it's sort of a pattern. Oh gosh, I honestly thought that attack was going to kill every single one of them, and it only hit one guy. So in my head I was like, alright, we'll do the thing and then I'll be golden. I like put myself right in the middle of a ton of people I wasn't ready for. So yeah, those guys actually can blow themselves up with their attack. And so if you stand, I think I just somehow dashed through the wall and off the edge of the earth. Which I was not, like, okay, no, that is a cliff right there. Odd. It's kind of deceptive. Okay, yeah, so you can still do this. You don't need to press these buttons to get... This is the exit of the room. There's a lot of secrets still to be found, but like, you can just dash across right there. I think I did that on my very first playthrough. I was like, I think I could make this little jump. And you can, and you're not supposed to at all. You're supposed to go through, like, a bunch of combat sequences and, like, press buttons to open up platforms. But you can just skip it all. You go over and click this button, but then a ton of dudes spawn in. And I think that guy falls in that hole no matter what. Like, I don't know of a situation where you can get that guy to spawn in and actually attack you, so it's kind of goofy. Ow. That man timed that attack flawlessly. Wow, railgun's so good, I should use it all the time. It's funny for stuff like that, even up until now, like, I really have not used the railgun ever. But yeah, it's like, it's really good for a lot of stuff, and like, that is like the huge line of slimes, whatever, is like a super clear. Like, of course the railgun would be good for this, but even in situations like that, I haven't used the railgun yet, so I kind of like mocking myself when it turns out to be good for simple stuff. It's like, oh, of course you should use the railgun, moron. Look at that. What a helpful tool. Okay, I was wondering if it could split rockets. I'm pretty sure after that one that it can't. Ow, my face. Whatever, wasn't even using it anyways. Yeah, this area is actually really secrety. When you get to the end right here, it kind of feels like at that point you've done everything, but shoot this. Then you shoot this. It's even secretier secrets. Oh, I forgot that there's like dudes on these platforms. Get off the cliff. So helpful. And a module. Yeah, this module took me a long time to find as well. Just because once I got over here, I was like, oh cool, a gear bit, that's all the rewards. Even though that would be a lot of work for just a gear bit, it's not like that's unbelievable. No. That it would only be a gear, I think is what I'm trying to say. Alright. And making our way out of here. I think we both just got hit, like, messed up by weird hitboxes on that wall. Yeah, if you don't execute the slashing dash, or dashing slash, excuse me, if you don't execute it very well, it's like the most underwhelming attack in the game. That guy just blew himself up, like, really hard. He just straight shot a wall and did 3 damage, or 4 damage even to himself. Yeah, there's really not hardly any secrets in this room. Not even like secret health packs. And then here's that little monster face symbol again. Like, this showed us that there was a secret once, but I'm pretty sure it's not a secret here, so it's inconsistent even. Okay, yeah, so there is a button on the ground behind that block right there. A lot of the modules, I guess this is a key. There's a lot of secrets in the south that are just really hard to find, like the modules and keys specifically. And going this direction, you are supposed to come up from the bottom before. Okay, but then here, there's a picture of the little monster dude and an arrow pointing off to the left. Like, hey, monstrous secret off to the left. Those tiles confuse and frustrate me. So normally, yeah, you would go, come around and up from the bottom, and you can't go that way at all if you get that key, but you don't miss anything. So, like, if you just do it like this on your first time through, there will be a section of the map that you never explore, but you're not missing out on anything. We're moving on now to our second mini-boss. This guy's not quite as cheesable. Oh gosh. Still pretty simple. Again, shotgun spam works really well. And then, so shoot the 2 things and they'll try to ram you. And get in a couple easy charge attacks. Usually get 2. Then he drops the floor, out, and starts summoning way more balls. Nice. Oops. Suck. Oh! Gotcha. So yeah, similar idea, I guess. Just camp around until he tries to attack you, and then stand next to a wall, and then hit him with as many charge attacks as you can. And you can really melt through these guys super fast just because of how little health they have. I'd say that guy's consistently about that difficult, assuming you don't do like really effective shotgun weapon swapping. I guess I would usually call that technique gun swapping, but it seems weird to say shotgun gun swapping. But at the same time, there's not really another gun that you would really want to swap, so it might as well just be called shotgun swap. Alright, well there's the name for it. Yeah, if you don't do shotgun swapping on that guy, he's pretty consistently about that difficult. Not really shut-downable, I guess, quite like the first guy is, where you can just make the first guy completely ineffectual. Sorry, we'll watch this super loud cutscene. I honestly don't like those at all because they're so loud and they don't really teach you anything about the plot. And every time I get my 4th module, I'm just like, ugh, not this again. And I guess that's pretty much, other than the scenery, like the only vehicle for the storytelling in this game, and I don't like it, honestly. I don't really know what this game's story is. I think I've said that before, but I don't know. I love this game visually, and the soundtrack is excellent. Disaster Piece is magnificent. They're the ones who did the soundtrack. And yeah, from a gameplay standpoint, this game feels so good to play, but like story-wise, I'm not a fan of their approach to trying to tell the story. Even those, the slabs, apparently people decoded them like it's just a simple like substitution cipher. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, where you just like substitute a symbol for a letter or whatever, and so they decoded it, and even then it doesn't make any sense. Like that, going through the process of finding all those in the game and then like decoding them in real life, which is like a bonus puzzle, and you still don't learn anything useful about the plot. So, I don't know. It kind of falls into the category of what feels like inspired by Dark Souls, super like low-key background storytelling or whatever. But I think sometimes it's taken too far out, and I think this is one of those cases where it, like, oh, a good story doesn't force itself upon you, you have to figure it out, but like, this one's really not even presented to you at all, so it just, yeah, I don't know. Gosh, I forgot how many dang turrets are down here. There's a lot. They can make hunting for secrets really difficult, but I'm fairly certain that there's none along this section. There would be, it's over here, and I'm pretty sure... Oh! Do we go there? Yeah, at this point I'm not, like, 100% certain. I don't know why, I guess I haven't gotten all the secrets down in the south as much as I have for, like, north and stuff. There's a lot of times when I'm bored and just sitting at home, I'm like, oh, let's play some Hyperlight Drifter, and so I'll make a new file. Just start playing, and I usually do, like, the north or the west first. So I found all the secrets over there quite a bit, but I don't always make it down to the south, so... It's not going to be as confident in this section of the playthrough as I am with the rest, but I'm pretty sure I'll still find all the major stuff. Well, I know I'll still find all the modules, because I just know where those are at. And all of the slabs. It's like the major stuff. But I'm not sure that I'll be able to get all the gear bits. And I'm honestly not 100% sure that I've gotten all the gear bits for the other sectors, and I know that there's some that I haven't gotten yet. So you're like, oh, you already missed some at this point. It's like, yeah, there's still some cleanup to do for one of the later videos. But I think in the end I should be able to get the vast majority, if not all, of the modules or gear bits and like everything, like 100% completion for the other sectors. There's kind of this weird dynamic. If you take a hit, it stops you from doing a full 3-hit combo. And also if you use a special attack, you can only do 2 hits after it. You can't do like a charge attack and then 3 hits. And sort of the cooldown, I guess, in a way. Or like when that turns off, like, oh, you took a hit, you can't do a 3-hit combo, or oh, you just did a special attack, you can't do a 3-hit combo. Like the cooldown for when that decides to stop is sometimes a little bit longer than you'd think it is. And so a couple times there, I think I was either ending a dashing slash or ending just being hit. And so I wanted to do 3-hit combos, but I was like hitting people twice. It's just something to be aware of. If it feels like you're not really always doing the things you want to be doing in the game, like in the combat, it's like something just feels off. It's probably one of those sort of situations, like you either just did a special attack or you just got hit. That's why you're not really doing all the moves that you wanted to. Ahaha! Railgun is my friend now. We're getting along splendidly! Oh my gosh. It's always so goofy to me when you hit a person and they're just bouncing around forever. I can't remember if this is like a key or a module or something. It's a key, yeah, it's like, it's hidden, but then it's like the stuff in the West where it's just like, walk through a wall and it's immediately given to you. With how secret-y a lot of the other stuff in this area was, when I found this key, I was really shocked. Because one of the go-to like, first playthrough methods for finding secrets is just like rubbing your face on all the walls. Before you realize that there's like that little symbol on the ground that often will tell you where there are secrets. So yeah, when I first played this, I was just like walking into all the walls, and when I just happened to walk through a wall, and then there was like a key just given to me right behind it. I was like, oh wow, that was really easy compared to a lot of the other stuff in this area. Gosh, I woke up the beast. I didn't mean to. I got unnecessarily fancy and it ended up backfiring. This is the third mini-boss. He is melee-based, actually. He's got a cool scythe. I really like the way this guy looks and the way he works. So yeah, he'll walk over to you and then he'll do a slash. And the more damage he takes, the more he'll speed up. When he's walking over to you, you can do a slashing dash and like kind of skip right through him. And then he'll do his attack, and that's a pretty safe and consistent way to dodge him and also deal damage. But also, if you just dodge past him, you can a lot of times get a charge attack out. And yeah, he has those two attacks where he'll either throw the scythe at you like in a long distance, or he'll throw it in a big old circle around himself. I think I played through the whole game and like beat the game entirely like 4 times or something. It was like on my 5th time through the game before this guy even hit me. I don't know. There's something about him. Seems difficult, but I don't know. It's just like, oh, he's walking at me. I'll dash away, and then you just don't get hit. And like, he looks like he's doing something. I'll just stay far away, and then he throws his scythe and just misses you. And then he kind of walks back towards you. Like, I guess I'll hit him a couple times and then dash away, and then he just doesn't hit you. So it's weird how that boss kind of turns out to be super easy a lot of times. Because I mean, he doesn't seem like an easy boss. So yeah, in the end, all of the rooms kind of lead back here. Well, to that little platform, which is pretty cool. Like, that's also kind of something about the South. It just has like a different feel. Just the way they keep like going through these different branching paths that take you back to the same place. And then you decide, you know, what new branching path to start again. Yeah. Just, one of those just fall off a cliff. There was like a really loud splatting sound only in my right ear. Super weird. Don't jelly your way away from me. I walked straight into that. This guy's all sneaky, crouching in a corner, but then you just abuse him and he drops a gear bit. Oh, there's 2 of them right there. Frick. Another slab. I think that's 3? Yes, that is 3. The last one we can't get until much later. Forgot where the invisible path was, so I was just like, I'll just walk around and see if hopefully I land on it or something. Oh jeez. What? Oh, that was cool. He shot his own rocket. I panicked when I saw the rocket coming at me because I have PTSD from that other room. And I just, like, straight up dashed off a cliff trying to avoid it. Oh, I didn't realize this. Secret health kit. Okay. I came over here, like... I don't know. It was like a muscle memory secret searching right there. I didn't remember that that was a thing. But my brain was like, you should go over there. It's definitely a thing. Oh, sorry about that. Actually hilarious and amazing, though. That's probably one of the easier modules in the game if you know about it, but not knowing about the floor symbol and then yeah, just running away from this turret would make that actually really difficult to find. You know about the floor symbol, or you know about... I don't know. Yeah, pretty much if you know about the floor symbol, or if you already know it's there, that's probably one of the easiest modules. And this gear bit is like also super easy, but it's sort of really well hidden in plain sight. Like it's back there in the first place. You might not really notice it, but then it's just a little pillar right here that you hit that it drops everything down. So honestly, I feel like that's probably one of the best hidden in plain sight gear bits in the game, most likely. Oh, I'm struggling so hard with one of these little robo crabs. I think that might also be one of the only times that you access an invisible platform from an invisible platform. Normally what would happen is... Oh gosh. Oh jeez. Oh lord. Normally if you were like a big old treasure hunter, you'd be like, aha! And then you'd be like... And it's just confusing, because you seem like a cool dude, like, oh, a secret platform I can dash down to. What's down here? And it's like, nothing! Like, what? Odd. Oh my gosh. Just gosh dang carnage everywhere. Honestly, I'm not anywhere near as good at reflecting bullets as I would like to be, but anytime I can make it happen, I feel really cool. And I love when I'm able to do it intentionally. So off to the left and then up is the way out of here towards the boss for this area, but I'm pretty sure activating that terminal opens up this door. Oh jeez. Oh. Uh-oh. Drugs, please. Thank you. We'll just push those two lovebirds down into a corner together, and they're going to bounce off each other and walls so many times. It's like, okay, they're guaranteed dead. I forgot this room was so intense. It didn't help that I got, like, double blown up right off the bat. Yeah, these explosiony things generally don't help me. And they always just make me so paranoid because I run into them way more than I ought to. Like I accidentally shoot them or hit them with my sword or something, like a lot more than I should. So anytime I see them in a room, I kind of just like panic. I'm like, hey, do whatever you can to stay away from that, and then put myself into weird positions that I probably shouldn't be in, that end up being terrible. Yes, there's a secret button right here, and it calls over a little platform. Whoa! Mr. Drifter. Really freaking out there. I think we're still missing one key. Yes. Okay. A little unsettling because I don't, like, remember where that is. Or, like, I don't know for a fact. Like, oh, yeah, that key's just right over here. Whatever. But I'm pretty sure we'll find it. Yeah, that one seems like a gimme. You just like go over there like, oh nice, sweet rewards, and you come back and it spawned like 300 dudes. Like, oh no. Gosh, I'm so bad. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Gotcha this time. There we go. Slow and deliberate. Hello, Cliff. And that's when you're like, ooh, secret. Oh, health kit. And the other one, if you go off that way, it's like, ooh, secret and module. So it's like really good reward. Again, I don't think there's anything over there. Oh, hello. Okay, that's like, this is the world's most secret-y health kit? No. It's also a gear bit. A lot of this reminds me of like the ending of Super Metroid, with just the bubbly sound effects and all the glass tanks and stuff. Kind of when you start getting towards Mother Brain's area. Hit. Oh gosh. Oh jeez. Oh frick, where am I? Oh lord, yeah. Did that giant dude jump off a cliff? I wasn't really looking after I died. I was like, oh man, I can't stand to look at this trash. It's been a while since those giant jumping claw birdmen have given me such problems, but that area is just so tight. Get out of the way, please. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you totally jumped off a cliff. Alright. Thank you for being so kind. Whoa. Double reflected bullets into him. Nice. So yeah, we're really amassing a huge pile of money at this point, with nothing to really use it on. I mean, let's see, we could spend... Left bumper, please. We spend 10 total gear bits on gun upgrades. That's it. And there's still a lot more gear bits to get, and we have 12 right now. So there's definitely more gear bits in the game than you need for all upgrades. Alright, here's the Bosphorus area. Honestly, he feels a lot like the mini bosses for this zone, where he can get out of hand like super fast unless you know what you're doing. Yeah, just pretty much stand near him as much as you can, weirdly, and just spam attack into his zone. Then he'll go to the middle and shoot these mines up in the air, which is your best chance to get up there and do a lot of damage. Those are mines. If you walk near them, they'll blow up. If you walk over them, they'll blow up. I think they do 2 damage apiece. Oh, whoops, I killed them too fast. Yeah, didn't really get to talk about strategies there. They do 2 damage apiece, and they start to pile up and just become super chaotic. You can clear them though with your own grenades. So if you kind of get him to stay in the same area, just by like he kind of dashes away from you all the time. So if you kind of try to chase him to the same spot, so that he like goes to the very center of the room and sets down the mines every time, you can kind of get all the mines into one small pile. And then after a while, you can just throw a grenade and clear them all. Definitely stay away when that happens, because they still go off and deal damage, and so if you're nearby, you can get like bounce around womboed, like one shot. It's just super chaotic. But yeah, for the most part, you either can get right up in his business and accept the fact that you're going to get hit a few times, and then just spam regular attack, and you'll probably reflect a lot of his laser arrow bullets, like right back into his face. So you'll take some damage, but you'll deal a ton of damage to him. And then when you see him start running off to the middle, just follow him and do charge attacks and make sure not to step on any mines. And if there starts to get to be too many mines in the areas he's going to a lot, or just generally, then just throw out a couple of grenades. So it's good to try to save up your grenades. Like not use those right away. Or make sure you have 2 grenades going into the fight, or whatever your max number of grenades is. Honestly, at this point, you probably should have 2, just because, I mean, again, so much money at this point in the game. Okay, then we got a couple of cleanup-y things to do in this area. First off, I want to go... Ouch. Back here. I think this is the final slab, but it might be a key. I don't recall exactly. If it is a key, I'd rather get it now than later. I'm starting to think it might be a key. It is a key. Sorry, computer. I've never had a computer that could, like, not freeze when that happened before. So yeah, this also has the pillars that block you until you complete the south. So you have to beat the boss first, and you can come back here and get the 12th key. is nice. And we can use that to go get the, yes? Well, it's not the most key door in the game, I guess, armor set. There it is. Something else that the desert's really good for is like dash practice, just because it's so wide open and there's no enemies. You can train your chain dashing up. This might not be the right area. It's not. Oops. Chain dashing, not always practical. Also, can't recall if there's like a secret over here. I don't think there is. No. Okay. Okay, here we are. Pink armor set. And of course more gear bits that we super need. Yeah. The south is super pink centric. Got the pink set from our dying drifter friend, and then we got that one right there. I think that's the set that makes you get back more bullets when you hit people. Your sword. Not that there's really a shortage of bullets in the first place, so whatever I get. There's that. I think we're still missing one of the slabs at this point. Maybe. Oh, that's a cliff right there. Okay, we were not where I thought we were. I was thinking we were over more towards the area where we got the key. So this also is sealed off until after you beat the boss. But this is the last dash challenge in the game, I think. And the last module in the game as well. And this one's also really nice, like the west. It gives you an easy exit afterwards, so you don't have to try to make your way back. Although I guess you could just teleport, so makes sense that they give you the easy out. And now it's time to go over here, because there's the there's like always one NPC that like shows you where the boss is, like tells you about the boss and shows you where he is. There's always like one group of NPCs that tell you about the area. These are those guys. Like, oh wow, a dungeon. Oh, start poking all this stuff. Oh my gosh, we woke him up. It was this guy. His fault. They woke up all the mini bosses. And I guess the mini bosses created all the green clone monster things that have been fighting us. So maybe there is a good story in this game. I don't know. They never told me. So bitter. No, I'm not. It's not a big deal. Some people are super into that type of storytelling, and honestly, if you are like awesome, it's not for me. Sorry. This 8-module door is ridiculous. Yeah, right here. Okay, I lied. The shield dash is essential. Oh! Okay. And there's the no more fun off switch, so those guys all stop their nonsense. It's so chaotic. And then this room is a freaking ridiculousness. And we get introduced into some of the hardest enemies in the game in here. You step on the platforms, they'll drop out, which you can use to your advantage to like drop silly enemies through the floor. Oh jeez. Tracking. You have to be careful though not to accidentally drop yourself through the floor. It's actually not that bad of a trade-off though, because it will one-hit like any enemy in the game and only deals 1 damage to you if you mess it up, so it's like whatever, I guess. Maybe. Oh, bye. This guy. This guy is ridiculous. He's so good at leading you. There's a technique. I forgot what it was. I knew it for a while. Well, I guess you can always drop him off the earth like that. Oh gosh, this spawned way... This has changed from when I first did it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. If he gets a bunch of the green dudes around him, like the standard dudes, yeah, he'll do that. He'll inspire them all with his sword and his roar, and they will all charge you. So it's like the reverse. The character did something I didn't want him to. Yeah, it's sort of the reverse of when you kill a bunch of dudes by cutting their heads off and they all run away in fear. Like, they all get super brave and aggressive. So I think the tactic for these guys... it's just tough because the ground always falls out. Well, obviously you could just drop them. But I think you want to stay really close... Oh my gosh. So yeah, they're amazing at leading you, and they'll just wombo you. They're ridiculous. These guys suck a lot. It's even super ridiculously hard to reflect all their bullets. But if you just stay right up next to them, then they kind of, like, you just keep doing slashing dashes back and forth, like, through them. They can't, like, do 180s instantly, I don't think. Oh, jeez. So you can kind of just keep dashing back and forth around them, hitting them with slashing dashes here and there, and sometimes reflecting your bullets into them. Oh, jeez. I'm dead. Honestly, this left bumper issue is really starting to upset me. I'm genuinely considering buying a new controller for like $50 just because of the left bumper only works half the time or like a third of the time or something. So yeah, for the big elite guys, it feels super dangerous. You'll probably get hit anyways, but honestly the easiest way to deal with them, other than like safe spotting them from around a corner and like throwing grenades and stuff, is to just get right up in their face, slash them constantly, and do slashing dashes to rush through them. This is a really bad area to try to demonstrate that because of the dropout floors. Like I said before, but there is another area in the game where I have to fight a lot of those guys, and it's just a big old flat open arena. So I guess I'll try to demonstrate the technique for them when we come to that point. But for now, I'm just going to do my best to kill him because I don't want to die in this room again. I think I was like on the second to last round even. Oh, please stand right there. Please stand right there. Thank you. Uh oh, I'm getting dropped. Oh, nope. The bullets also, since they track you so amazingly, they kind of sometimes feel like they curve around walls. They feel like they hit through walls and stuff too, so like standing right up against the edge of a wall when one of those guys is shooting is really not a safe way to live your life. See ya. A grenade? Okay, thank you. Honestly, you can just start dropping out the floor and hoping these guys will jump off the cliff. Hey, look, that guy did. What a cooperative guy. Okay, there we go. Maybe? Am I missing something? No? Okay, no. I didn't do like a sword twirl and the music didn't let off or anything. So now we get, I don't know what this gun's called. I always called it the railgun, but apparently the first gun you get is the railgun, so I guess this is like a Gauss cannon or something ridiculous. Yeah, it's got a maximum of 3 shots. And it's, yeah, it basically just functions like the railgun, but it's an absolute freak. It's also got the little laser thing, and I think it does 5 damage. Takes forever to shoot. It's pretty beastly. Maybe I'll try using this as well. But I think that's everything in the south. And I guess I just now realized that there's no like a low number of ease door. So yeah, anyways, I guess that wraps up the south. And the next video will be some cleanup stuff and some stuff around town, and then also the final boss. So we can get into that next time. So I'll see you then, everybody. But until then, as always, keep it trashy.